As an entrepreneur, understanding how and when to use your credit can be the difference between a thriving business producing you more income and a time-sucking side hustle wasting all your money. So if you have a business, a side hustle, or just want to start making additional income on the side, make sure you stick to the end of this video because I'm gonna give you 5 powerful strategies when it comes to your credit that you must know if you want to be successful. But first, did you know that getting a late payment on your credit report could drop your credit score more than 50 points? For myself, a few years ago, having a late car payment on a vehicle like this is the exact reason that I was stuck in the 600s. And the craziest part is, it's not like I didn't have the money to pay it. Just with all the stuff going on in life, I literally just forgot to pay it. When I first started my journey trying to get my personal finances together, this late car payment was definitely the biggest reason my credit report was kind of stuck in the same area for a long time. No matter what type of methods I did as far as credit repair, who I paid to try to repair my credit, this late car payment would not come off. And when I looked it up, I learned that late payments can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. Now fast forward a few years to today, and I have a 750 plus credit score most of the time, and finally that late car payment finally dropped off my credit report as well. But all of this trouble could have been avoided if I just utilized the auto pay feature on all of my monthly reoccurring payments. And that's my first tip to you, bag chaser. Now the goal is when you use and leverage credit, you definitely want to pay off the entire balance every month. But at minimum, you can at least turn on the auto pay feature at the minimum amount per month. This way, just in case it's one of those months when it's a bunch going on, even if you don't make the payment manually, you will at least pay the minimum payment on this card at a certain date throughout the month and won't ultimately run the risk of getting a late payment. Now, I'll admit using the auto pay feature does seem like an easy and obvious tip, but after this video, go ahead and check all of your subscriptions and see if you have the auto pay feature on for all of them. Now, after you check if all of your cards and payments are on auto pay, then I just want you to go ahead and like this video. But if you did need this reminder and you needed to turn on auto pay for a few of your payments, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to this video. Either way, you just took another step to make sure that your credit game was on point and that we was locked in. We gotta grab some numbers for the mailbox so we can identify the first floor and the second floor, as well as some numbers for the address as well. As an entrepreneur, one of the most powerful ways to leverage your credit and level up in life is by using business credit. Business credit has allowed me to invest larger amounts of money into assets, just like this real estate property that I'm standing in right now, as well as investing into myself with money that I normally wouldn't have had access to otherwise. Like the old saying goes, it takes money to make money.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee.
But the irony is, it's almost impossible to get business credit without good personal credit. Unless your business is bringing in millions of dollars per year, most lenders are probably going to ask to check the business owner's credit before they loan that business any money. And through my time learning about business credit myself and trying to help others, this is probably the biggest challenge I hear from new entrepreneurs as it relates to growing their business. So the second credit tip for entrepreneurs is understanding personal guarantees, aka a PG. And all a personal guarantee is a promise that you as the business owner will pay back the lender the money if in some case your business fails to pay the debt that it borrows. These lenders that you see when trying to get business credit are going to use your personal credit score to not only determine if they're going to lend your business money, but usually how much and what your credit limits are going to be when it comes time to give your business funding as well. So knowing that information right there means that even if you have a brand new business or one that doesn't have a lot of history yet, you can still get high limit funding for your business if you just have good personal credit and a strong personal credit profile. It's a bunch of ways to skin a cat when it comes to getting this bag, y'all. Man, I remember when I first started using credit cards, I would literally just pay for things using whatever card I had on me at the time. And that's probably the worst way you can use credit cards. But over time, I learned more about rewards points and how I can use them to travel for the low and experience more luxury benefits that came with holding the right credit cards. Overall, this forced me to not only be more selective with the cards that I had, but put more strategy into how I use them in my day-to-day activities as well. For example, I have an American Express Gold card, which gives me 4 times the rewards points anytime I use it at a restaurant or going out to dining. Then I also have the Bilt credit card, which gives me 1 point per dollar spent for paying my rent. So the tip here is to make sure you create a strategy where you can get the most value out of every credit card that you own. I would suggest that you have a credit card that's going to give you the max amount of points in each individual spending category. I like to break these down into the main spending categories of dining, travel, gas, and then all the other miscellaneous purchases, which I like to have a catch-all card for. And having a strategy like this will allow you to easily rack up a bunch of rewards points that you can then use to travel and vacation for the low, and sometimes even free. And if you do want to learn which credit card can possibly give you the most value in each of these categories, make sure you check out the first link in the description below, where I'll give you a list and a breakdown of each individual card. Now, another mistake that I made when I first started understanding my credit was that I would really just apply for any credit card that I thought I would get approved for at the time. And I even remember when I had a Credit One card. One time I was out with my mom and I must have just pulled it out. The look she gave me when she seen this card was just a look of disgust. And at that moment, I know when my mom started grinding me up about my credit cards, it was definitely time I made a change. So at that point, I kind of understood that I couldn't just apply for any old random card. And not only are a lot of cards out there trash, but the more times that I applied for cards, the more likely I would be denied for getting higher limit and higher status cards in the future. So my number 4 credit tip for entrepreneurs is that you definitely want to be selective with the inquiries that you take on your credit report. Every time you apply for some type of loan or credit product and they run your credit report using your social security number, they're going to do so, and it's going to use or pretty much leave an inquiry on that credit report. When lenders look at your credit report and they see a bunch of inquiries on there, you automatically start looking desperate, and it seems like you're just going around asking people for money anywhere you can get it. And the irony here is that that's going to make current lenders looking less likely to loan you any money. Then you have some lenders like Chase who actually have a rule to the amount of cards that you can apply for in a certain amount of time before they automatically deny you on any applications you put in with them. For Chase, it's a 524 rule, which pretty much means that you can't apply for more than 5 personal credit cards in more than 24 months, or like I said, you're going to automatically get denied. So all in all, you definitely want to do your research before you take any hard inquiries and before you go to apply for any credit cards in general. And most importantly, cherish these inquiries and really only use them when absolutely necessary. Now, as beginning entrepreneurs, I think it's safe to say that most of us are relying on credit and leveraging credit to be able to start and grow our businesses. And if that's the case, you definitely want to know that doing this with personal credit isn't going to be the best idea, because using the utilization on your personal credit is going to show up on your credit report, which can ultimately have a devastating impact on your credit report and drop it a bunch of points. But most business lenders know that, and most of the time they aren't going to report the balances that you hold on business credit on your personal credit profile. But even though these balances aren't being reported on your personal report, you still want to be careful, because if your business idea doesn't work, ultimately you could be stuck with a bunch of debt in the end and have to pay these creditors back. And if you continue to hold balances on these credit cards for long periods of time, you're going to eventually start getting killed with interest, and that's ultimately going to defeat the purpose of leveraging credit in the first place. So the 5th tip here may be the most important of them all, and that's to make sure that you don't take on too much debt at once and over leverage yourself. You want to always make sure that you not only have a plan A, but a backup plan to pay off any debt that you borrow. A rule of thumb that I like to follow is that I only leverage credit to invest in things that's going to bring me back money in return. Income producing assets instead of things that depreciate, and materials. I mean, to keep it a buck, half of this credit and entrepreneur game is just making smart decisions and being responsible with your resources. Your credit not only affects your personal life, but it's the lifeblood of your business as well. Strategically managing it can speed up your journey to success, while mismanaging it is almost always going to be the downfall of your business. But the crazy part is, if you don't understand this next point, everything we just talked about is completely useless. And that is because you still have to be prepared for the daily ups and downs and all the challenges that come with running a business. So watch this video next, where I show you what it really looks like to be a solo entrepreneur and how I navigate the challenges on a daily basis.